Hi there, Craig Roberts with Keller Williams North Country here in North Dallas, Texas. I know many of you may have some questions about some of the contracts and the process of buying a home, so I'm making some of these videos just to kind of show you guys and help you hopefully get through the process a lot smoother. One of the first sessions I want to do is to go over the 1 to 4 promulgated contract for the single family home. I will caveat this entire series by saying I am not an attorney and that this is for informational purposes only. So let's get started. Section 15, default. This paragraph basically spells out what happens if either the buyer or the seller is in default. If the seller is in default, they may enforce the buyer to basically complete the contract for specific performance and then or seek other relief. Or the other option is they can terminate the contract and receive the earnest money as liquidated damages. The only difference in between the buyer's and the seller's repercussions is that the buyer gets to keep the escrow funds in the event that the seller defaults. Section 16, everything is going to wind up going to mediation if the buyer and the seller cannot come to agreement with any hiccup or any issues during the contract. And then with respect to the attorney fees, buyer, seller, listing broker, other, or escrow agent, whoever prevails will wind up recovering reasonable attorney fees. So whoever the offended party is will receive their attorney fees back. Section 18, escrow. The escrow agent is not a party to the contract. They, for lack of a better way of putting it, they're a facilitator to make sure everything happens and goes smoothly and everything gets submitted to the government, i.e. the city, county, any of those guys, to make sure it all goes through nice and smooth. Expenses at closing, earnest money must be applied to the contract. So all those expenses and everything come out first. Any release of escrow funds must be in writing. And any expenses that were received on behalf of the title company must be reimbursed as well too and automatically deducted. Damages. Any party who wrongfully fails or refuses to sign a release acceptable to the escrow agent within 7 days of receipt of the request will be liable to the other party for damages, earnest money, reasonable attorney fees, and all costs of the suit. Representations. All covenants, representations, warranties in this contract survive closing. Seller in this contract is untrue on the closing date. Seller will be in default unless expressly prohibited by written agreement. Well, that brings us to the conclusion of this series. I will be doing additional series on different topics and other contracts, so please check back to the channel for future topics. Have a good one.